With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series fires things off for their first short track race of this long season. Race number 2 gonna get fired off right here from Martinsville, Virginia, in the North Star Designs 200. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Track a little bit hot here tonight in Martinsville, Virginia. 118 degrees track temperature as these drivers try to lay down some fast times in qualifying as we begin to get those times up. We'll go ahead and throw that timing scoring over to the left-hand side of your screen. Glad everybody could be here tonight for the first short track race of the season. Short track Saturday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, qualifying hot and heavy already. Let's go ahead and get some of those times to the left-hand side of your screen. Gregory Schall gonna take the top spot. Quick time 1981. Gonna grab the pole position for now. Cody Reed just right behind him in his fast Ford Mustang. A lot of drivers here, over 30 drivers trying to make the field here tonight in Martinsville, Virginia. From the high banks of Daytona last week to one of the shortest tracks on the schedule. Will we see last week's race winner, Sean Huffstutler, grab the top spot again? He's going to slot in just outside of the top 10 here in qualifying. He'll have a long night ahead of him. You can see James Trammell in the 20 machine down there on track, putting down his times lap in the 56 of Loveland. Takes the top spot now. Fast time in qualifying, 1965. And as the music begins to fade in the background, we begin to have a clearer picture of how qualifying is gonna set down. Do want to take a moment to thank this season's title sponsor, TRAK RACER. TRAK RACER has the cutting edge design and engineering to give you the competitive edge. Whether you're looking for the race rigs, flight simulators, they've got monitor stands, accessories, and they're now offering wheels from SimCube. TRAK RACER's got all your racing needs. Anything you need to begin or complete your rig today, follow them right here with the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Facebook page. Go ahead and get yourself that 5% discount code. TRAK RACER Redefined Gaming. Just about 2 minutes left here in qualifying. New fast man at the front of this field, top of the speed charts with a quick time in qualifying, 1965, laid down by the 24 of Dalton Tucker. He'll take the top spot. How about Jared Talmadge gonna go second with his time lap? Talmadge all over him, 1965 with his lap. 28 drivers now on the speed charts trying to see if they can put themselves at the front of this field for the start of tonight's race. See who can walk away from the track with the Pump and Dump Clothing Company pole award here tonight. Final 60 seconds or so. Gonna roll off the stopwatch. Doesn't look like we have anybody else going out for a time lapse. So we're gonna step away from the track for just a brief moment. Head down for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
And back live trackside as the field makes their way through final pre-race inspection. Everybody gonna hit the grid for tonight's North Star Designs 200 right here from Martinsville. North Star Designs, your home for graphic designs, logos, websites, and more. You can find samples at North Star Designs on Instagram or NW Norse on Twitter and Twitch. Whenever you need to stand out, remember it. Look to the star, North Star Designs. Starting lineup brought to you by Pump and Dump Clothing Company. You can get your average Joe Duck Hunter goods from pumpdumpco.com. We'll head a little bit closer to the track now. What do you say, race fans, as everybody looks like they're beginning to line up? We can hear those familiar bells begin to ring in the background. You know the sounds, you know it means it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here at Martinsville, Virginia. The 24 of Dalton Tucker takes the top spot in qualifying, lined up just to his outside. The 12 of Jarrett Talmadge, Thomas Green, James Loveland back in row 2, row number 3 here tonight. Cody Reed and Ryan Berg. Maurice Goldmilling right there in the 44 machine. Gregory Shaw in the 35 going to line up in 8th. Back in row number 5, Blake Howell and Justin Sipes. Tom Shinnick and James Trammell going to round out row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight belongs to Aaron Krelick and James Watson. Cedric Hunter, Martin Morales in trouble on the front stretch. Martin Morales in the 91 going to start outside row number 8, row 9 here tonight. Max Forner and Adam Westfield. Last week's race winner, Sean Huffstetler, right there in 19th. And rounding out your top 20 is Kyle Rochelle. 48 in the 54 back in row number 11, row 12 here tonight. Patrick Hernandez, James Walter, Jesse Thornick, and Ryan Lewis round out row 13. Rest of the field looks a little something like this. Pace car gonna get ready to duck off next time around. Big names in the back of this field. Could we see the 23 of Giuseppe Higuera make his way up through the field from 33rd? We'll have to wait to find out. We'll have to wait to see how it all plays out here tonight for the North Star Designs 200. And as we make our way back down the backstretch, drivers gonna pull those belts tight and get ready to go short track racing Saturday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Music begins to move out and we begin to hear those engines roar here. Drivers gonna make their way to the restart box and get ready to fire things off for the first time here tonight at the North Star Designs 200 right here from Martinsville. And green flag flies right at the line. Everybody gets on the gas. It's going to be a big mix up all over this field. We're going to have drivers all over each other very early. Dalton Tucker with the lead down the backstretch. No problems for Tucker, beginning to walk away already. 0.3 of a second advantage. The 12 of Talmadge holding down that second position. No change through your top 6 drivers. Big move for Cedric Hunter. He's up 12 positions from where he started tonight's race. Already making some moves. We'll get that time in scoring up to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do right here, because there's action all over this track. Kyle Rochelle, Christopher Norse going at it. Back for 21st on the track. We've got a driver around. One goes around on the front stretch, and that's going to be Cody Reed, the 92. Brings out the caution flag for the first time here tonight. Caution on the track at Martinsville. Three laps into tonight's 200 lap race, and we have got our first Simbox Store caution flag on the evening. Drivers going around, drivers having a little bit of trouble early here tonight, a little bit of a struggle getting the power down in these next-gen machines. We've seen one go around, but this man grabbing the top spot here tonight in qualifying, Dalton Tucker, no problems out front. We'll see if anybody elects to come down pit road this time around. Anybody elects to use their sim box. That's right, simboxstore.com. You really push our buttons. If you want the advantage over the field, grab yourself one of the many different button boxes over there on the website. You can find the description down, find the link down in the description below. And well, short track racing. If anybody knows anything about short track racing, you know, tempers are going to fly, tempers are going to flare. How early do those tempers begin to get worked is going to be the question. How soon will drivers begin to act on their anger? 36 drivers in this massive field here tonight in the TRAK RACER Cup Series for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. Ton of drivers, so there's going to be a ton of feelings hurt tonight. First caution flag on the evening. I suspect it will not be the last one that we see. 200 laps in tonight's scheduled distance. Stage break coming out at lap number 80, so drivers will have that one afforded opportunity to try to really work maybe some fuel strategy, maybe work a tire game if they can. But still a long ways away from that long way to go before we have to worry about the strategies coming down to the stage break. Playoff points, bonus points on the line at the end of these stages as well. So look for these drivers to try to capitalize and gain anything they can as easily as they can. Maybe coming to pit road, maybe staying out. It all depends. Looks like Dalton Tucker going to have a little bit of a magic man moment. Now you see him, now you don't. Back on the track once again. Houdini at the front of the field. So the Sim Box Store caution flag will wave for the first time here tonight. The boss man and the flag stand will wave the one to go this time around, and we will get set to re-rack, restack, and refire here from Martinsville. There you can see already pace truck lights are off. Field will double file. It appears that your pole sitter shows that inside lane for this latest restart. Jared Tomich will line up just to his outside. Thomas Green, James Loveland back in row number 2. Your front 4 still remain the same. Ryan Bird and Maurice Gumillion right there in that 6th position, just swapping positions. Gonna be a big moment here. Early restart. We're gonna get to see which lane is the dominant one into the restart box, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Martinsville. Looking all through the field, trying to stay all over this action as we've got side-by-side racing all through the field. Drivers screaming down the backstretch, back into turn 3, clean and clear. Half a lap in the books since the restart. The late apex, number 8 of Tom Shinnick right there in that 9th position. We're going to gain some headway as drivers side by side in front of Shinnick. Sitting in that 9th position. Can the 8 machine move any closer to the front of the field? How about Cedric Hunter? The 13 has been making his way up through the field. 5 positions gained already very early here tonight. But he's not the only one on the move. We've got drivers making a move in the rear of the field as well. How about up 8 positions from where he started? 75 of Dylan Walterman moves up to 27th. I know it's 27th, but he's on a tear. He's on a move. Watch for him to be near the front here very shortly. As your race leader, oh, and caution on the speedway. Jesse Thormick has some trouble. Thormick with some trouble here from Martinsville. I tell you what, let's see if we've got that one queued up, trying to see if they're going to give us the thumbs up, whether they've got that one or not. We'll take a look back here. Let's see if we can't see what happened to Thormick. Back down into turn number 3. There you can see that 14 machine, and oh, just loose on the exit. And around the car goes. Slide contact with the left front on that inside. The safer barrier doesn't look too worse for the wear, so look for Thormick to stay out on the track And that's a pretty chromed out 14 machine. We'll jump back live at the front of this field with your race leader, Dalton Tucker, under our second sim box store caution flag of the evening, right here in the North Star Designs 200 at Martinsville Speedway. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's short track racing, so you're going to see some beating and banging, some fenders flaring. But so far here tonight, the first two cautions coming out tonight have been self-inflicted wounds, have been self-spins coming out of these corner exits. It just looks like the rear of these cars not quite hooked up. We'll take a look at that weather report here, see if much has changed from qualifying. Track has actually cooled down a little bit, but unfortunately not translating into grip for the drivers on the track here tonight. 110 degrees down, 8 degrees from where we were in qualifying, but some still struggle to find that pace. Drivers back behind the pace car making their way around the track at a 45-mile-an-hour pace. A nice little stroll down through Main Street, if you will. Where does your race leader, Dalton Tucker, choose to go here on this latest restart? He chose the inside for the last restart. Does he go ahead and pick that inside once again? That's typically the line that you're going to see out of the race leader, is he wants that bottom. Most people want to have that bottom, and he's seen some front-end damage on that 8 machine while he was rolling by. There you can see him once again rolling by, and Shinnick has some damage on the front end of that Chevy ZL1 Camaro up at the front of the field. Drivers get the one to go this time around, so we'll jump back up front with your race leader, who's taken the inside lane. Once again, the 24 Exalta Chevy ZL1 Camaro of Dalton Tucker will control the restart once again. Pace truck welling down onto pit road, and here we go. Green flag flies, and you see the jump that the 24 got when he nailed the gas, man. He just flew away from the rest of this field. Thomas Green, James Loveland going at it, 3rd and 4th on the track. Gregory Shaw, Justin Sipes right there, 6th and 7th. They're battling for position. How about Chris Otto and Patrick Hernandez battling back outside of the top 15, side by side racing action all over this half-mile track, the Fame Paperclip, right here at Martinsville, Virginia. Whoa, in trouble under braking, and around goes the 49 of Ryan Bird in a big, oh my gosh. Ooh, that was close for another driver, but unfortunately that 49 of Ryan Bird stuck in the middle of the track. You see the 53 of Dave Bush making his way around, narrowly missing that 49, man. Oh my gosh, pounded that inside safer barrier right at the entry to pit road. That could have been very bad. As we've seen, this track can become a parking lot fairly quick. Let's jump back above the track with the turn 3 drone cam. Let's go check the replay. And let's back it up a little bit. Can we go a little bit further back on that one? Here we go. We're going to see it here. Was there contact that sent that 49 around, battling with the 56 just to his outside? And a little bit of a bump is all it took. And the 49 goes right on around. Whoa, the 2 coming in hot. The 2 coming in hot right there. Hopefully, fortunately enough, he did not hit anything, but hopefully not going to receive a penalty for unsafe entry to pit road with having to avoid that accident right there. Really nowhere for that to of Patrick Hernandez to go in his Toyota Camry. We're going to have to wait to see what the race officials deem that to be, whether it's going to be truly an unsafe entry to pit road or if they're going to go ahead and give that to Machine a pass. As the 0-1 of Aaron Krillick gets one of his laps back. Krillick missing the start here, having mechanical issues. He was down on pit road for quite some time, trying to get it figured out. He's still got 16 laps left to pick up, but still a very long night ahead of us. Lap number 23 now going to be underway out of the 200, scheduled in tonight's official race distance right here at Martinsville Speedway for the North Star Designs 200. Third Simbox stored caution flag of the evening here tonight. Very early cautions. This is the first out of the 3 cautions, though, that we've seen car contact between 2 different drivers that caused the issue on track. So are we seeing drivers already shrinking the space between them? We'll have to wait to see if that's what's going on here or whether these drivers just hard-nosed racing short track Saturday night style right here at one of the most famous short tracks across the country, Martinsville, Virginia. We're getting ready to have another restart, and we will kick this thing back off once again. Good buddy Josh Buckley takes the Chevy Silverado pace truck back down to pit road. Dalton Tucker will have control once again to the restart box. A green flag flies as Tucker nails that loud pedal. He'll jump off to a good race advantage already through turn number 2. Nobody has anything for Tucker on these restarts. Thomas Green right there. You can see the 35 of Gregory Shell look to the inside, dives it deep into turn number 3, down at the bottom of the racetrack, and he'll complete the pass. The 10 falls back to 4th. And caution on the speedway once again. Big trouble now as Hoguera, Thormuck, Reed, all involved in this latest one. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see what brought out the 4th Simbox caution flag of the night. And it looks like the trouble already happening up front with James Loveland going around. Let's go a little bit further back. Let's see if we can't see what happened here with Loveland. Oh, and maybe a little bit of a Magic Man moment there for Loveland in some big trouble, and that's going to cause some issues. And, well, we find ourselves under caution for the 4th time here tonight from Martinsville in the North Star Designs 200. And that's going to lead us to our first commercial break of the night. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Martinsville Speedway.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Back trackside as the field received the one to go. Pace truck lights back off once again, and we will fire things off once again here in the North Star Designs 200 from Martinsville Speedway, race number 2 in the season for the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Back to the restart box and on the gas, green flag flies once again here from Martinsville, nailing the loud pedal and away from the field once again. Good run from that 24. We're going to back up just a little bit. This is where a lot of the action has been, back mid-pack, 2-3 wide at times, heading into turn 3. Big move from Max Forner. He's going to make his way down to the inside, or outside, I apologize, of that 39 of James Watson. Watson digging deep down into the corner, and caution flag. Once again, trouble on the track here from Martinsville. Looks like Ryan Bird had some trouble in the 49. Once again, Bird involved in our latest caution here tonight. Looks like yet another self-spin out there, so we'll get things cleaned up, cleared up, and ready to go back. Green flag racing here just very shortly. The one of Rochelle in trouble. He heads down to pit road. Some trouble for the one Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Rochelle down to pit road. So drivers not taking advantage of these early caution flags here tonight at Martinsville. It looks like track position is reigning king here tonight. Nobody heading to pit road so far here to give up their track position at the front of this field. Your top 2 drivers still right in those top 2 positions, up 5 spots. Inside the top 3 now is Greg Rochelle in that 35. Heck of a run up through the field for that 35 machine, but how about Cedric Hunter? He's made his way from outside of your top 10, started qualified 15th, and he represents the Fast Fords at the front of this field. The 13 of Cedric Hunter now in 6th position. Looking through the timing and scoring, trying to see where the other big movers of the race so far here tonight. That's the story of short track racing, is you typically have comers and goers. And right now, coming to the front, moving to the front, Dakota Monez in the 5 machine, up 12 positions from where he qualified. He's now in the top 15, up 18 positions tonight. The 75 of Dylan Walderman. We'll have to go back here and check that 75 out. The Monster Energy 75 Chevy Z01 Camaro running well here tonight. He's got pace. He's got speed. Can he keep the machine clean and work his way further up through the field? Walterman knocking on the door of a top 15 early here as we reach the halfway point in stage number 1. Drivers racing for stage points. Drivers are racing for pride. We'll see who takes away the top spot here in stage number 1. Who's going to be able to walk away with a checkered flag at the end of tonight's race. Checking in with last week's race winner. Let's head up here with the 94 machine. There you can see him. Going to line up on the outside of row number 6, the 94 of Sean Huff-Stutler. Knocking on the door of a top 10, struggling a little bit in qualifying. Started 19th up to 12th, up 7 positions. Can last week's race winner move into the top 10? As we jump to the front for the restart, here we go again on the gas, and green flag flies as the Exalta 24, piloted by Dalton Tucker, set sail on the field. Still side by side. Whoa, close action right there between the 35 and the 12. They almost touch on corner exit of turn 2. There's been trouble back here towards the tail end of this field, heading into turn 3 multiple times here tonight. Let's keep our eyes back here for a moment as we bring down that timing and scoring, allowing you to keep up with the race just like we do right here in the production booth. Want to give a big shout out to each and every one of the teams and drivers, allowing us to put some great camera shots on board with some of these drivers. And I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and get to some of those great camera shots. Going to jump on board now with Blake Howe in that 16 Ford Mustang, making his way around William Downham. 77 on the bottom of the racetrack and unable to keep Howe from taking that position away. And as we ride on board for a moment, it looks like we've got yet another caution flag here tonight. Caution flag flies once again. That's going to be our 6th caution of the night, coming out here on lap number 42, your 6th Simbox Store caution flag of the evening. Justin Sipes may have been involved in this one. Looks like the 18 Toyota Camry has some trouble, and I tell you what, why don't we get that one queued up for you if we can. Let's go high above with another turn 3 drone cam shot of this latest caution. And there you can see the 18 down into turn number 3. Everything looks good and just on the gas, and around that machine goes. We've seen it multiple times here tonight. Oh, the 51 catches the wall. 16 catches a little piece in the action after, I believe that was the 57 that had some trouble. So as drivers trying to avoid an incident, they find themselves in trouble as well. And no front clip now for that 16 of Blake Howell, who was running his way to the front of this field. Big time trouble for Howell. We're seeing more drivers heading down to pit road, trying to make those adjustments, trying to get things right. Drivers using their button boxes to make their strategy reality in a matter of moments. Get the edge over your competition on and off pit road with the Simbox Store. That's right, simboxstore.com. You really push our buttons. simboxstore.com. And as we find ourselves under caution, once again, want to give another big shout out to tonight's race sponsor, North Star Designs. North Star Designs, graphic designs, logos, websites, and more. You can find all your graphics needs right there with North Star Designs. You can find samples and more of North Star Designs on their Instagram page, Twitter, and Twitch. Check them out at TWN Norse on Twitter and Twitch. Whenever you need to stand out, remember to look to the stars. North Star Designs. Leading all 46 laps here tonight, your pole sitter, snatching that top spot in qualifying, brought to you by Pump and Dump Clothing Company. Get your average Joe duck hunter enthusiast goods from pumpedupclothingco.com. Snatching that pole position and leading every lap so far here tonight in that Liberty University Exalta Powered 24. Dalton Tucker shows the way here from Martinsville, early here tonight. We're not even a quarter of the way through tonight's race, but still already 47 laps in his back pocket. As Mr. Buckley hits those lights in the Chevy Silverado pace truck, he'll dive to pit road this time around, and we'll get set to fire things off for our latest restart. I tell you what, let's give you a little bit of onboard action here. We're going to jump on board with that 10. Second car outside lane for the restart. Thomas Green carries the onboard camera for our latest restart. And on the gas, green flag flies once again. Green all over the tail end of Tomas, just out in front of him. We're going to take a ride around this track here with Green as he slides back up position, loses one spot as a 13 of Cedric Hunter looks to the inside, grabbing that fourth spot away. Look off of the tail end over the rear deck lid. Just look at the mayhem back there. Bee's Nest all over this track, man. We've got racing from the front to the back here at Martinsville, the North Star Designs 200. And with so much racing action all over, we're going to begin to jump around this field a little bit, as now the 8 of Thomas Shinnick takes that spot away from Thomas Green. Mauricio Million right there in the 44, running in that 8th position. James Watson now inside the top 10. He's going to grab that 9th spot away. How about the big moves from the 54 of Christopher Norris? We're going to jump back here, follow the locker room 54 of Norris. Oh, and trouble for Thomas Green. Front stretch, Thomas Green, we just spoke about him. The 10, running well on the restart. Trouble on the track. Our 7th. Caution flag flies here tonight, brought to you by Sim Box Store. And Thomas Green has our latest trouble. He becomes the latest victim to bring out that Sim Box Store caution flag tonight. Track giving a little bit of these drivers somewhat of a fit. Looks like the real struggle is getting the power down off of these corner exits. We're going to go see if we've got that replay queued up for you, and it looks like we're getting the thumbs up and the head nod that it's ready to go. So let's go check our latest TRAK RACER replay. Filter time 10, you can see him all over. The 8 looks to the inside here. Watch it. Oh, and the 8 gets loose on the outside and down into the 10. Ooh, almost contact there. That could have ended up pretty bad. Pretty close right there to missing his front clip. 16 of Blake Howell narrowly missing the premier number 10 of Thomas Green. Green gonna lose a ton of track position with this latest incident on track here from Martinsville. And we'll jump back to the front of the field, back with your race leader, back behind the Chevy Silverado pace car, Josh Buckley. Good buddy down there in that pace truck. Getting to see a lot of the stands filled up here tonight. Sold out packed house for race number 2 here in season number 5 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge TRAK RACER Cup Series. Last week we seen a sold out packed house at Daytona International Speedway to watch Sean Huffstutler grab the first checkered flag here in season number 5 and secure himself a spot in the Dash for Cash. That's right, tonight's race here at Martinsville, we almost even forgot about mentioning that. Dash for Cash qualifying race here tonight. Should we get 5 more drivers to finish inside the top 5, we'll set our Dash for Cash field right now. Huffstetler, Otto, Hernandez, Duffin, and Shelley all in Dash for Cash positions after their finishes at Daytona International Super Speedway. And right now it looks like we will have a complete Dash for Cash field if the race were to be called. Right now, nobody inside of the top 5 listed as already in the Dash for Cash. So we'll have to wait to see how it all plays out here. Still a very long way to go from Martinsville. Pace truck will duck off this time around, and we'll get set to fire things off once again here from Martinsville. Get ready to see that green flag fly once again. It's not going to take them long to nail the gas. Let's jump on board with the 35 for this latest restart. What do you say we look over the hood of the driver sitting in that second spot? Oh, there he is inside of his office. That's the camera we were looking for. Great camera here right at the base of the windshields on all of these next-gen Cup cars. Riding with that 35 of Gregory Shell. We'll jump back to a few drivers back through this field. How about the 56 of James Loveland right here running in that 16th position, trying to gain some spots after our latest restart. Looking to the inside of the 57 of James Walter. Can he grab that position away? Looks like he's going to do so. We'll jump back outside the car as the V-Speed 56 still trying to make the pass on the North Star Designs 57 of Thomas Walter. Close racing action here. One driver away up at the top of the speedway. You can see him back in the distance. Not sure that's the high line he's meaning to try to run. And now finally grabbing that spot was Loveland. He's in a battle now with the 16 of Blake Howell. No front clip on that 16. He's going to struggle for long run pace throughout tonight's race, as we are down to just 20 laps to go here in our first stage of the evening. Lap number 60 now underway. We'll see the first stage break at lap number 80. We'll stay back here with the battle just outside of your top 15. Thomas Green, Blake Howell, Alex Light all going at it there. You can see Cody Reed, Thomas Thomick also involved, the 14. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, no trouble at the front. Dalton Tucker was stepping away from this field, and we've got trouble on the track. Looks like Martin Morales caught up and involved in this latest incident. Morales right there trying to get his machine fired back up. Let's see if we can find that one. Let's see if they give us the head nod on that one. Yes, they do, and we've got it queued up. Let's go check the track racer replay once again. There you can see the 91 kind of way up the track here, and oh, self-spin, just car kind of loops around on him. I believe that's one of the on-track incidents we had. Yet another one. I believe Dalton Waterman and Chris Otto involved with something here. Let's go check in with that 75 Monster Energy machine. Oh, and my gosh. That car just absolutely broke loose. Let's take one more look at this one. My goodness, Dylan Walterman. Big impact. Car got loose, went to correct it, and that's all she wrote. And then, unfortunately, Chris Otto, nowhere to go. He's going to pound right on into the side of that 75 of Walterman. So both of those drivers got to head down pit road, try to fix on their machines. And we'll jump back to the front with your race leader once again, as we are now under caution for the 8th time here tonight with your Sim Box Store caution. Flag flying just a handful of laps away from our first stage break here tonight from Martinsville Speedway. The 18 heads to pit road. Nobody surprised. The 48 of Chris Otto caught up and involved with this latest on-track incident. Otto going to head to pit road. The 48 may be on pit road for quite some time here after that latest incident. And as we inch just 16 laps away from our first stage break, a little bit of house cleaning in order as we watch your race leader head around the track, still patting his back pocket with those laps led. 36 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight in the Norse Star Designs 200 from Martinsville Speedway. We have still got 35 drivers out there on track. Just one retirement here tonight. The 16 of Blake Howell's Ford Mustang could not go any longer. 16 will fall through the field, running 34th right now. Will lose a handful of laps over the course of the rest of tonight's race and fall back to that 36th position. And we're down to just 29 drivers already left on the lead lap as we go back double file and we get set to go back green flag racing to the restart line and wait for it, and green flag flies. The 12 of Talmadge almost jumping the restart there, trying to get his machine fired off to keep pace. A little bit of trouble, and he's not going to get there. He's now going to have Gregory Schell that he's going to have to battle with to keep that second position away. How about the 20 of James Trammell on the outside lane, making, whoa, in big trouble. The 77 into the outside wall, and William Dunham with some trouble. Big trouble, parking lot on the front stretch. Oh my gosh. Now this is going to be a big one. Let's see if we've got that one from an above the track view. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. Big time trouble. Go high above the track, and there's the 77 getting super loose. The 36 involved, 57. The 10 catches some action. More drivers late braking to the scene, and they find themselves in trouble there. You can see the 57 a little bit hot under the collar. Rips the car around. No front clip on that 77. He's going to have a long night ahead of him. There you can see the 11 sideways on the track as well. Take one more look at it from a little bit of a different vantage point. There you can see big stack up trouble in a parking lot on the front stretch right here from Martinsville. Back up front with your race leaders live at the front of the field. There you can see, I believe, in front of that race leader, I believe that may be the 11. And yes, it is. That is the 11 of Alex Wright, able to keep himself on the lead lap. But you can see heavy damage on the front end of his machine. He's going to have a tough time keeping that Toyota Camry fast here tonight. Just 10 laps away from our first stage break this time around. Long way to go here tonight for a lot of drivers. As you can see, the 75 of Dylan Walterman getting himself a lap back. He's going to receive the lucky dog and head back around the track. And as we begin to close in on this stage break, as always, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Show them that you enjoy the racing action that they're going to be bringing to you, not just tonight, but each and every Saturday night, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. As always, drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe one of the many sponsors across the many different leagues and series. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So as always, show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Drivers inching their way closer to this first stage break. Who's going to grab the points at the front of this field for this latest restart will be Dalton Tucker and Jared Talmadge. Both of those drivers started first and second on the night here tonight. Both have stayed first and second all night long. And the 11 should receive the wave around this time. And yeah, he's going to take off right before the pace truck ducks off. He's going to be in some trouble here. He's not going to get very far before the field makes their way back to his tail end. Final few laps here in stage one, and we go back. Green flag racing once again. Side by side, second and third, fourth and fifth, both side by side. Once again, more side by side action back through this field. Westfield and Busch going at it 19th and 20th on the track. It's not just the positions at the front, there's positions all over this field being battled over. As we work our way around the track here, lap number 75 underway. Big stack up at the front as drivers having some issues. One of them into the outside wall. He's going to be a little bit slow here, as everybody's still trying to chase down that fast 24 machine at the front of the field. Dalton Tucker leading all 75 laps that are in the bag already here tonight in the North Star Designs 200. Right here live from Martinsville Speedway. Martin Morales going to take the position away from Tom Shinnick. That's going to be a battle for that 30th position. James Loveland grabbing a spot away from Dylan Walterman moments ago for 27th. Single file now at the front of this field. Single file through your top about 10 to 12 positions. So things starting to stretch out a little bit right before the stage break. Everybody seems to be content and calm running where they are at the front of this field. There you can see that long train of single file cars now making their way back into turn number 3. And we will jump around the field a little bit trying to see if we can find a handful of these side-by-side battles for you once again. Big mix-up of cars back here. It's a hornet's nest once again still remaining. Whoa, big moment there for Hunter. Sideways on the bottom of the racetrack. One lap to go here before the end of stage number 1. Lap number 80 on the board. And we're going to get ready to see that first stage caution flag fly here tonight. Back at the front, nobody's got anything for the man inside of that 24 Exalta Chevy Z01 Camaro. As now we see our first and only sim box stage break caution flag fly. It's time for the sim box stage break. The drivers will be using their button boxes to make strategy a reality in a matter of moments, trying to get the edge over their fellow competitors. Get yours today at simboxstore.com. What are you going to do, though? What changes are you going to be able to make? You got to ask yourself, if you're Shaw right there running in that second position, or Talmadge, who has dropped 2 positions now back to 4th, what can you do? What changes can you make to these machines to give yourself an edge, one leg up on that 24 Exalta machine? Because the driver and car have been spot on all night long. They have led every single lap here tonight. All 83 laps will belong to Tucker at the front of this field. And as we find ourselves under caution here tonight, 10th on the evening, our first and only Simbox Store stage break. We'll see who elects to come to pit road, and most of the field still staying out here tonight. Interesting to see that. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Live trackside just after the restart here. Stage 1 in the bag already. Drivers nailing the gas. Field begins to get single file at the front here. One driver runs wide at the top of the racetrack as we watch everybody get around this short paper clip right here in Martinsville, Virginia, the half-mile corner track, giving a handful of these drivers a little bit of trouble. And we've got another caution flag. The Simbox store caution flag flies once again here tonight on lap number 88. Looks like Jesse Thormuck involved in this latest one. Let's go check the replay. Let's see if we can't see what went wrong as we go to the TRAK RACER replay. There you can see the 14 Ford Mustang on the outside of the 11. Will there be contact down in the corner, and slide contact right in the left rear quarter? And around that 14 goes into the outside wall. Careful backing up right there, not into anybody. So a little bit of damage going to come from that for the 14. He'll find himself well back behind the field now as we jump back up front with your race leader, once again, the 24 of Dalton Tucker. He's liking what he's seeing. He's yet to come to pit road. That's more important. How about that? They're your top 8. Top 8 on track right now have yet to come to pit road. Almost halfway into tonight's race, and they have yet to make their first stop on the night. Are they slowly putting themselves in a box? You're going to have to come to pit road at some point and get fuel. I mean, you're not going to make it 200 laps on one tank of fuel here, so how long do you wait? How long do you play this waiting game if you are one of these fast drivers at the front of this field like your pole sitter? When does Tucker's crew chief elect to bring him down to pit road and get those 4 fresh tires? I know multiple caution flags here tonight, 11th on the evening, but at some point in time, you gotta come and get tires, you gotta come and get fuel, and you gotta leave yourself enough time to make your way back up through this field. A lot of crew chiefs and drivers out there have got to be looking at what that 24 has been able to do so far here tonight. And with him extending this run the way that he has, I gotta ask myself, you know, if you're one of these drivers that just came to pit road under this latest caution, if you don't have any damage, if you don't have any problems, you got a clean car on your hands, are you worried about even coming back to pit road? So Tucker, although he's led every lap here tonight, he may be putting himself in a box. James Watson up 12 positions from where he started outside of your top 10, now running in that second spot. Great run up through the field. Going to grab a couple of positions through pit stop strategy. Watson, another one of those drivers, painting himself into a corner, I believe, here tonight. He's going to lose a ton of track position when he does eventually come to pit road. But the man that will restart just behind them in row number 2, the 12 machine of Jared Talmadge, started second here tonight, has since fallen back to 4th. When will Talmadge and Trammell come to pit road? Don't forget about Christopher Norse, Dakota Moniz right there as well. That 5 machine, he's yet to come to pit road. Maurice Gamillion in the 44, running in 8th. He's yet to come to pit road as well, so multiple drivers still having to head down pit road for the first time. When will they? Taking the outside lane on the restart this time is that 24 of Tucker. Oh boy, change up at the front. And just like that, we're back. Green flag racing once again here at Martinsville in the NAISCC TRAK RACER Cup Series. You're watching the North Star Designs 200. Field not getting as single file not getting single file as quickly as we've seen over the past 2 restarts. And here we go, trouble on the track, and that may be a little bit of a product of that side-by-side racing action through the middle portion of this field. As we see the caution flag fly once again here on lap number 96, and Maurice Gomillion caught up and involved in this one. So one of the drivers that have yet to hit pit road with the trouble here to bring out our 12th caution of the night. Let's go check the Track Racer replay. Did he have help? Oh, a little bit of a rub on the tail end of the 44. Got him squirrely and sideways. Oh, and there you see the 11. Already no front clip on his machine. Comes in, catches a piece of the action a little bit late here. And that's going to force Gomillion down to pit road. He's going to lose a ton of track position. He's going to sit now outside of your top 25 as he heads down pit road. As we find ourselves under caution once again here tonight for the 12th time with the Simbox Store caution flag, do want to take a moment to thank all of the sponsors out there. Want to take a moment to thank tonight's race sponsor, North Star Design, stepping up to the plate here in season number 5. This is the first of their 5 sponsored races right here in the North Star Designs 200 from Martinsville, Virginia. Graphic design, logos, websites, and more. You can find samples and more of North Star Designs on Instagram or at TWN Norse on Twitter and Twitch. Whenever you need to stand out, whenever you're trying to look good, remember to look to the stars. North Star Designs. Haven't mentioned this sponsor yet all night long. Want to give a big time shout out to Butt Kicker coming on board, offering up a prize this season. Butt Kicker haptic transducers bring tactical feedback to your sim racing experience, delivering the missing car to driver connection so you can drive faster, feel every gear shift, rumble strip, tire strip with precision accuracy. The future is feeling Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Just past the halfway point, and we'll get double file to fire things back off once again here from Martinsville, Virginia. The 24 elects to take the outside lane once again as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing to the restart box once again, and on the gas. Green flag flies, and away from the field goes Tucker. Whoa, one driver with some trouble out of lane before the start finish line. We'll have to keep our eyes whether or not he's popped by those pesky pit road penalty police. No, we weren't on pit road, but we've got the race control and admins looking down. Looks like they're gonna possibly let that one slide. Looks like tire slip is what caused the machine to break out of line as quickly as he did. James Watson right here in that 39 machine runs in second. We've got 3 different manufacturers rounding out your top 3 here tonight. Dalton Tucker continuing to dominate and lead every lap here tonight from Martinsville. James Watson in second with Gregory Schell in his Toyota Camry rounding out your top 3 positions. Jared Talmadge from second back to 4th, and rounding out your top 5, the 54 Lids Toyota Camry. Check them out. The Lids Locker Room 54 machine running well here tonight, up 17 positions from where he qualified. That's off, my man. Job well done, making your way up through the field, keeping the fenders clean. front of the field, all single file now, all the way back through about your top 10. So we're going to jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you some more of the racing action out there. How about the battles back outside of your top 15? There you can see the 94 of Sean Huffstutler, who went to victory lane last week. Huffstutler struggling here at the paperclip. Tom Shinnick right there in that 8 machine. Dave Bush, James Loveland, Gerald Duffin. The 22, he's up 15 spots. Haven't really talked too much about that 22. Let's jump back, take a look at where he's riding and how he runs. Heavy damage on the front end and the rear bumper. He's been run into maybe once or twice here tonight, riding just in front of that 49 of Ryan Bird. 19th and 20th on the track as we make our way around lap 109 now on the board. Dave Bush in the 53, battling side by side with the 8 of Tom Shinnick. Just off in front. 56 and the 53 going at it. Will Loveland be able to keep the spot? Or will Bush capitalize on that inside lane? And it looks like for the moment had the advantage. Not quite able to get the power down and clearly take that spot away. The rookie at the bottom of the racetrack trying to grab the spot. And he's not going to get it before we see our 13th Simbox Store caution flag fly here tonight. Simbox Store, you really push our buttons. Max Forner and Chris Otto caught up and involved in this latest incident on track that brought out our 13th caution of the evening. Let's go to the Track Racer replay. Watching as the 51 and the 48 go down into the corner. Contact and both drivers go around. Everybody trying to make their way through, trying not to catch a piece of it. 91 catches a small piece. Mark Dingman may have caught a little bit more than a small piece. Let's check out and see what happened to the 42 under our latest Simbox Store caution. Oh, there you go. Piling in a little bit late. Going to catch a piece of the tail end of the 75. And that's somewhat of the problem here at Martinsville, is when it happens, you can end up with a clogged racetrack very quickly, depending on where the car's sitting on the track. And we're seeing a handful of drivers get caught up late because there's just nowhere to go to really avoid what's in front of them. You know what? I'm going to challenge everybody. I know it's the first race here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network with the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Who do you think? Or let's go this route. Let's go this route. Want to hear your answers out there on the chat, over there on the YouTube side of things. That way we can verify, make your results official here tonight. When do you think Dalton Tucker is going to bring that Exalta machine down to pit road? He has yet to come to pit road. James Watson, Jared Talmadge, Gregory Schell, Christopher Norse, your top 5, all yet to hit pit road. They've been out there since the drop of the green flag here tonight. 115 laps when we cross the line this time by. When do they hit pit road? I'm going to say they're going to have to hit pit road before lap 130. I don't think, even with the caution flags extending the fuel run for them, I think they're going to have to hit pit road right around lap 130. Let's see what your answers are. Let's get your thoughts. Let's get you involved out there in TV Land Race fans. Glad you could all join us here tonight, as always. David the Cave bringing you all the calls, but let's not forget to show these drivers some love. Join the push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself or anybody else back at the headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you. As my good buddy turns off the lights in that Chevy Silverado pace truck once again, Buckley will head to pit road. And the boss man of the flag stand will get ready to wave that green flag once again. Front of the field still follows Dalton Tucker. Outside lane, wait for it, and on the gas, here we go. Green flag flies once again here for the North Star Designs 200 from Martinsville, Virginia. Able to keep that second spot away from Gregory Schell on the restart is James Watson. Talmadge struggling to take a position away. Looks like that brand 12 having a little bit of a rough go on these restarts. Everybody jockeying for positions here on lap 117. 56 gets jammed up and pushed to the high side. Loveland looking for a way back down to the bottom. 94 deep into the corner. Tire smoke as he locks up that right front. Crazy action all over this field. Not really knowing where to go and watch this action from, because there's just great racing action all over this track. Tell you what, let's go back to some of these great onboard camera shots. We'll jump back, take a look off of the tail end of the 48 of Chris Otto, looking back at the 01, trying to make a pass on the inside. Will Dylan Walterman be able to get the pass, be able to complete the pass? Dakota Muniz right there in the 5 looks to the inside. The Findlay Farms machine looks for a position, can't quite get it, and caution flag flies once again here from Martinsville. Looks like William Downman caught up and involved in this latest on-track incident, bringing out our 14th Simbox Stored caution flag of the evening. Let's go check our latest replay high above the track with our turn 3 drone cam. Let's check the TRAK RACER replay. Here you can see the 77 off of the corner and self-spin once again. Hard lick on the inside. No front clip already for the 77. So that's going to damage that engine just a little bit more. He's going to be struggling for more pace here tonight after that latest on-track incident. So back to the front of the field. Race leader still at the front, leading every single lap here so far tonight. All 121 laps belong to the man at the front right now, snatching the pole position in the pump and dump qualifying session. And man, he's been lights out. You may want to try to say, well, it's easy when you're at the front. Well, you got to be on it for the restarts, and nailing every single restart here tonight has been Dalton Tucker, as we see one driver going around collecting his lucky dog position. And we're only 8 laps away from when I predicted that we will see these front runners finally come to pit road for fuel and tires. It may look like they're going to prove me wrong possibly here. I don't know how much longer they can absolutely stay out on the track, but I mean, that's a huge feat unto itself here tonight, running 123 laps without coming to pit road at Martinsville, with multiple restarts eating up the tires. The heat cycle on these tires definitely will come into play later on throughout tonight's race. We have another 2-3 drivers outside of your top 10 that have yet to come to pit road. The 11 of Alex Light yet to make his first pit stop. 53 of Dave Bush, as well as the 22 of Gerald Duffin. Those 3 drivers yet to hit pit lane as well here tonight from Martinsville. And the North Star Designs 200. So as those 3 drivers gambled towards the mid-pack here, the front 5 stay out on the track, continuing to stretch out the fuel, continuing to stretch the tires. Man, I don't know how long they can stay out there. I honestly can't believe he's been able to stay out there for 124 laps as it is. But we're going to get ourselves one heck of a restart. And once again, let's jump on board with a front shot of the restart here. What do you say we jump on board with that 12 of Talmadge, who's going to start just behind your race leader. Up through the gears and on the gas, trying to get to that second position. And Talmadge going to get stuck to that high side, trying to keep Shell back there in fourth and not going to be able to do it. All over the tail end, back down into turn number 3. Talmadge trying to make that high side work, just not able to do it. Your top two will make their way around and secure their positions, trying to get down as fast as he can, trying to find an opening. 35 of Shell racing him hard down on the bottom of the racetrack. He's fighting for that position, not going to allow him to drop down to the bottom, and your top 3 still hug that inside lane as the top 2 begin to break away. Back through the field, though, we've got heavy racing action, and we've got another caution flag here. Caution flag going to fly here on lap 126. Cody Reed and Kyle Rochelle caught up and involved in this one. Let's go check the replay and see what happened with Reed. 92 on the bottom of the racetrack, and oh, contact, little bit of a bubble there. The one of Kyle Rochelle almost caught up and involved in yet another incident. Had some contact with the outside wall, almost was a lot worse for the wear. Coming back down the track right by a handful of drivers. And Cody Reed, trouble after contact, a little bit of a net code bubble that time into turn number 3, and that will bring the caution out once again here tonight for the Martinsville Speedway. Let's head back to the front with your race leaders. Let's see what they decide. Let's see when they come to pit road. And well, I'm glad I'm not a betting man, because I would have bet that they would have been to pit road this time around, and well, I would have lost a lot of money. Does anybody head to pit road? No, they're all going to stay out. Your top 5 continue to stay out on the track. Patrick Hernandez sitting in 6th. He was last to pit road back on lap 54. Lap 84 for Thomas Green, 71 for Justin Sips, 53 was when Cedric Hunter in the 13 Ford Mustang came to pit road for his service and tires. So we got a big mix through this field, really. I mean, we've got drivers that have been to pit road upwards of 10 times here tonight. Andrew DePhillips, pit road 10 times here tonight. DePhillips to pit road 10 times here tonight, as opposed to your race leader, your top 5, who have yet to come to pit road. Some drivers with 1 stop, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got them all the way up, like I said, all the way to 10 stops here tonight. For Andrew DePhillips in that 97 Chevy Z01 Camaro. And putting a lot of laps on that Chevy Silverado base trunk here tonight is our good buddy Joshua Buckley, keeping these drivers up to speed, or down to speed, I should say, under these caution flags. The boss man at the flag stand should wave that 1 to go finger at him this time around, the 1 finger wave. And we will get set to fire things back off here tonight, well past the halfway point in the North Star Designs 200. Right here in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge TRAK RACER Cup Series. Back to the high side with these worn out tires goes the 24, and I think that may be the strategy play here with those worn out tires coming off of the top of the racetrack. A little bit of a longer radius through the corner, so you're able to be a little bit straighter when you do get on the gas. It's worked so far here tonight all night long. Tucker from the bottom to the top for the restart. And here we go. Once again, green flag will fly. And we go racing once again. Big look to the inside of the racetrack for the 10 of Thomas Green. Oh, the 2 with some trouble. Patrick Hernandez with some trouble through the middle of the field. Hernandez misses a shift. The MSI number 2 sponsored Toyota Camry missing a shift on the restart, giving up a handful of positions. Hernandez will drop now to 8th. Already a 3/10 of a second advantage for your race leader, Dalton Tucker, at the front of the field. We'll drop the timing and scoring back down for you once again here tonight from Martinsville, Virginia. Let you follow along just like we do. Find out where your favorite driver is running throughout this massive 36-car field here tonight for race number 2 and season number 5 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge TRAK RACER Cup Series. Tell you what, let's jump around once again. Let's bring you some more of those great camera shots here. Gonna look just outside the right side of the 44 of Maurice Gomillion, who runs in the 22nd position here, fighting with Andrew DeFilippis. Just to his inside is that 97. Nobody with a clear-cut advantage as we now jump on board with the 53 of Dave Bush, as he's trying to run down the 13 of Cedric Hunter, take a spot away in the top 10, and caution flag flies once again. Let's jump back outside of the race car for this latest caution. Multiple drivers, it looks like, involved in this one. Aaron Kralik, Kyle Rochelle also caught up involved in this latest on-track incident. Multiple drivers involved in this one. Caution flag flies once again. Car gets squirrely, one driver into another, and that's going to snack up the field. 4 more cars involved. The 75 nowhere to go, and they come piling in a little bit late. 5 different drivers caught up involved with this latest on-track incident to bring out the 16th caution of the night. The Simbox Store caution flag flies once again from Martinsville. Field back behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck once again here tonight. The North Star Designs 200 from Martinsville. Looking at the top 5, they continue to stay out on track. Already 10 laps further than when I thought they were going to have to head to pit road. And it looks like they're going to continue to stretch this fuel. And at this point in time, with only about 60 laps or so left in tonight's race, less than 60 when we hit the green flag here at Martinsville once again tonight, is it too late? Do you gotta hope that we continue to have a rash of cautions through the end of tonight's race, allowing you to save enough fuel to keep it out there without making a stop? I mean, I don't think it's going to be capable. I don't think you're going to be able to make a 200-lap race on one tank of fuel. I just don't see how the drivers are going to be able to get that done at the front of this field. But, you know, you never know. I mean, if they do, they're going to be the kings of fuel saving. I'm going to tell you that one. Gotta be cutting off the car here under caution, letting it coast around as long as you can without any power going to the engine. As we see the 01 receive a wave around, Aaron Kralik will get himself back, or at least one of his laps back here. Kralik listed multiple laps down, back in the 32nd position. 14 laps down here tonight as we are now short 2 drivers. And we're back. Green flag racing once again. Dalton Tucker, what has happened with Tucker? He has dropped the spot. James Watson got around on the restart here. Love to see that restart re-unfold. We'll see if we can get ourselves a long green flag run in here tonight at Martinsville Speedway, nestled in the beautiful hills here in Martinsville, Virginia, just a short drive away from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Most of these race teams headquartered right around that Charlotte area. And now the top spot belongs to James Watson for the first time here tonight. We have a new race leader. Dalton Tucker now chases for that top spot. Does he have the tires? Does he have what it takes underneath the hood to go back up there and challenge for that race lead once again? Just our first lead change of the night. Second race leader as James Watson looks to set sail. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you some more of the action. And we'll try to find a good spot to stay and watch for a moment here. James Loveland, Kendrick Hunter, Alex Light, all going at it. Dave Bush right there in line, as well as now we're beginning to see some of this single file racing happen. And just as I say that, the 56 of Loveland jumps out of line. Or I apologize, I believe that may be the 18 of Justin Sipes. Sipes right there in the 18 machine looking for a position, and he'll grab the spot from the 35. Way up the track goes Sipes there. And we have another caution on the speedway. Trouble on the track once again here tonight from Martinsville Speedway. Slows the field back down. And it looks like Morris Bogan with some trouble. Let's go back and see what has happened here with Bogan. Way up the track, and he's going to get loose in that outside lane. Nail the outside wall. We stay green flag for the moment. Caution flag coming out once again. Tom Zhenik involved in this latest one. Let's go see what happened with the 8. Oh my gosh, that is a hard lick. Let's jump back up front with your race leader, James Watson. First time he's going to have the control of the start as the race leader. Does he choose inside lane, or will he gamble and go to the top of the speedway, as we've seen Dalton Tucker do of the past handful of restarts? Will they come to pit road? They've still yet to come to pit road with just under 50 laps remaining here tonight in the North Star Designs 200 from Martinsville Speedway. Race number 2 begins to wind down. Drivers at the front of the field have weathered the storms here tonight. Multiple moments of chaos here from Martinsville, the famed paperclip track, giving a ton of drivers some trouble here tonight. But at the front of the field, Dalton Tucker has dominated here tonight, led well over 3/4 of tonight's, or I should say well over half of tonight's race. He now finds himself sitting in second with James Watson, who has made a run up through this field. The 39 Ford Mustang will take the inside lane for this latest restart. Now Watson looks to try to keep that 13 positions gained throughout tonight's race. With him in the pace truck, gonna duck off once again. Watson and Tucker front row, Norse and Talmadge back in row 2, Sips and Green back in row 3, around turn 4 into the restart box, and green flag flies as the 39 nails the loud pedal. 24 not quite able to stay with him and cut off that run to the bottom by the time they get to turn 1. Tucker still sitting in second, battling for a moment, and he's going to grab that second spot well and clear. Here comes Talmadge looking to the inside of the 54. Oh, in trouble, and the 11 goes around. Alex Light and the 11 goes around, and we've got more trouble on the track. More trouble on the track here for the 11. You can see no front clip on his Toyota Camry, and he's got himself some more trouble here tonight as your race leaders run up on the drivers caught up and involved in this latest incident. Pace truck will come out on the track, and we will slow things down once again here from Martinsville, Virginia. And as we find ourselves under caution for the 18th time here tonight, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your live green flag action right here from Martinsville. And back trackside here at Martinsville Speedway for the North Star Designs 200. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in here tonight to the Turn 3 Racing Network for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. You're watching race number 2 from Martinsville. Back under caution for the 18th time here tonight. Big time trouble for a lot of drivers throughout this field tonight on our first visit to a short track this season. Watson elects the outside lane, and we're going to get sent to fire things off once again, and green flag flies as Watson nails the gas. Tucker able to keep pace. This time into turn 1, the doors open. Can he put the power down and grab that top spot back? Close battle, drag race to turn 3, advantage to the 39 for the moment. 24 trying to roll the bottom of the track, the 2 way up the track. into the outside wall and spinning behind. The 54 goes around. The 54 goes around, and we've got some big time trouble now on that on the front stretch. Justin Sips and Christopher Norse involved in this latest on-track incident. And how about the run on the restart for that 24 of Tucker? He was able to get back to the race lead once again. So let's go back and check out the replay once again right here. Let's see what happened with Justin Sips for our Track Racer replay. See the 18 down to the inside. The 2 goes up the track. Contact now between the 54 and the 18. Both of those drivers go around right on the front stretch. The 48 gets punted. 75 gets sent around as well. Tough break there for the 48. Gets spun into the incident. Let's go see if we can get an onboard camera shot of what went on with Chris Otto. There you can see him now making his way into turn 3. The trouble's going to happen ahead. There you can see the 54 just off in the distance, and there it is, getting stacked up, pushed from behind, and head-on collision. That's going to hurt. And that's going to put us under caution for the 19th time here tonight. We'll jump back with your race leader once again at the front of this field. Second lead change of the night among just 2 drivers. Dalton Tucker, he's been lights out all night long. Going to grab that top spot back once again with just over 30 laps remaining in tonight's North Star Designs 200. Tucker, Watson, Talmadge, Shaw, your top 4 drivers still yet to hit pit road for the first time here tonight. And I don't think they're coming now. They're over 35 laps past when I figured they were going to have to come to pit road. No, I'm not a super genius, but I would have figured they would have been to pit road long before where we're at this stage in pointing into tonight's race. And I think now they've got to stretch it to the end. There's no way they're going to be able to run up through the field in just about 35 laps or so. I mean, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to make your way through this large of a field after coming to pit road with less than 35 laps to go. We have still got a ton of drivers on the lead lap as the pace truck lights go off once again. Our good buddy Josh Buckley will bring the Chevy Silverado pace truck down to pit road this time around. And the boss man in the flag stand will get ready to drop the green flag once again. Getting ready to drop the hammer is that 24 Exalta Liberty University TWR machine piloted by your pole sitter Dalton Tucker. Brings the field back to the green flag. And we're racing once again here from Martinsville. Big jump on the restart this time for that 24. He's not going to have any challenge for that top spot. 39 of Watson will slide in that second position without any troubles. Third place now is Jared Talmadge, who started second here tonight. Still trying to recover after dropping as far back as 5th. I say as far back, not very far to drop through the field, but Talmadge has had some trouble keeping pace with the man at the front of the field, showing the way here at Martinsville. That 24 of Dalton Tucker. Jump back just outside of the top 10. How about this little side-by-side scrum raging on? Dakota Munez and Cody Reed in the 92 going at it. Thomas Walter, Jesse Thormick right there in the 14 machine right behind, lurking in the background should somebody make a mistake. And how about this, race fans, on these old tires? Fastest lap of the night turned in last time around by your race leader Dalton Tucker. A 1963 turned in on lap 170. He's still finding pace on those old tires. single file all the way through your top 10. Everybody knows the tail around this short half-mile paper clip. We haven't checked on it in a while. What do you say, race fans? Why don't we go ahead and check that weather report, see how much this track has cooled off through the course of tonight's race, and it's actually beginning to heat up. We've seen qualifying track temperature at 118 degrees. It cooled down all the way to 110. Now the track beginning to build that heat once again. And we have our 20th Sim Box Store caution flag of the night fly here on lap 173. Knocking on the door of just 25 laps remaining here tonight. Caution flag flies once again. And it looks like the 14 caught up and involved in this latest on-track incident. What do you say we go check the replay? There you can see that chromed out 14 machine just in front of the 44. Oh, and contact, and around the 14 goes. 10 gets into the outside wall as well. Thornick just really nowhere to go, and around he goes. I mean, it's as simple as that. We'll go see if there was some more contact. We'll see if the 10 got into the tail end of the 44 and forced him into the 14. One more look at it here, and no, there was no forced contact right there. Just down into the corner deep is that 44 making contact with the 14, and that's all she wrote. And caution flag flies once again here at Martinsville. And as we continue to click off these laps, we'll have 25 laps to go as we cross the line this time around. And I know we've said it multiple times, we're probably beating a dead horse. PETA, don't get mad. It's just a saying, just a metaphor here. I know we keep repeating ourselves with it, but can these top 4 drivers somehow keep it out on track without heading to pit road? I mean, we've got ourselves 7 different drivers scattered throughout this field that have yet to come to pit road here tonight in the North Star Designs 200 from Martinsville Speedway. Your top 3 on track: Dalton Tucker, Jared Talmadge, and James Watson, all have yet to come to pit road. Cedric Hunter running in the 4th position. He's been to pit road all the way back at lap number 53, so he's been out there for quite some time as well. Gregory Schell, who's yet to come to pit road, he'll line up in that 6th position, so still a solid top 10 run without coming to pit road. 175 laps in tonight's 200-lap event here from Martinsville. And the pace truck back off the track, and we're going to go back green flag racing once again here from Martinsville. And off of turn 4 in the restart box, and green flag flies as the 24 hits the gas. A little bit of a stack up on that restart. The 12 has some trouble, almost contact with the 39 there. We're going to go high above the track here for just a moment with one of our turn 3 drone cams looking down on this big 36 car field here from Martinsville, Virginia. You can see 2-3 wide through turn 2. The 53 of Dave Bush caught up and involved with a 3 wide tangle right now. The 49 involved in this on-track skirmish. We keep it side by side. Green flag still out there. And the 20, big trouble for the 20 in front of the field. And oh my gosh, I don't know who that was that came in a little bit late and caught a piece of that. I believe it may have been Andrew It may have been Andrew DeFilippis catching a piece of that late. Let's go check the replay on board with Andrew. And there's some contact right in front of DeFilippis. More drivers in trouble. And oh, there it is. Oh, and more trouble. Hit again, and there goes the engine. DeFilippis gonna head to pit road. The 97 may be done for the night. After that latest incident here from Martinsville, we'll jump back outside the cars, back towards the front of the field, taking a look at that 53 of Dave Bush, who's just inside of your top 10. And with 20 to go, we'll run down some driver highlights and spotlights. Man at the front of the field, leading all night long, hasn't had much of a fight. 24 of Dalton Tucker, absolutely dominating here tonight. Jarrett Talmadge in the 12 machine right behind him, sitting in second. I believe that is a Daniel Ricciardo pitcher. Hey, another fellow F1 advocate. Do appreciate the love for the F1 drivers out there. Jarrett Talmadge running well here tonight. Talmadge sits in second. How about the man rounding out the podium spots here? James Watson up 11 positions from where he qualified. Watson will restart in third. Also up 11 positions, a fellow Ford driver at the front of this field from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Cedric Hunter has that 13 machine in fourth. Rounding out your top 5 for your driver highlights and spotlights out of Brook Park, Ohio. Powered by G Fuel and Cosmic Candles, the 35 trying to make his way into a podium spot. He's up 3 positions from where he started, but we've got to give a big tip of the cap to this man right here. Biggest mover of tonight's race from Salem, Oregon. At a Dark Alliance Motorsports, Dave Bush has got his 53 machine up 23 positions from where he started, all the way outside of your top 30. Now inside the top 10, Dave Bush runs in 8th. That's going to do it for the driver and highlights and spotlights as we continue to click off the final few laps here from Martinsville. We'll head back to the front with your race leader, to the boss man to the flag stand. We'll wave the one finger at him, and we'll see the one to go this time by. No, we won't. No, we won't. Yes, we do. Somebody get on the radio. Somebody call Josh down there in that pace truck and tell him to quit playing games with those lights. Mr. Buckley likes to play some jokes every now and again on us up here in the production booth while he's down there in that Chevy Silverado pace truck. We do appreciate the good humor and fun. Buckley gonna pull off to the left-hand side of the track and back down pit road and leave the racing action to the drivers on track. The 24 elects the bottom of the raceway here with just 15 laps to go when we drop the green flag, and on it once again, green flag flies here at Martinsville. And if we see a handful more of these restarts, we're going to see a lot of aggression, I would say. 35 deep into the corner, locking up the left front tire. You can see the front tire locking up a little bit on that 35 as he ran deep into the corner. Hard fought battle for that second position now underway. Oh my gosh! Shell with a big moment, big hit for the 35. He's going to drop all the way outside of your top 15. Somehow he was able to keep that machine rolling and keep it running, and we stay green flag racing here from Martinsville. Shell with some trouble. He finds a spot to regroup in all the way back in 18th position. We'll jump around the track as we continue to watch the front of this field get single file and stretch themselves out. Alex Light, Cody Reed, Giuseppe Higuera, all involved in this battle. The 23rd position. Fighting for it, Martin Morales and Giuseppe Higuera going at it. The 23 machine in the 91 fighting for 22nd. Christopher Norse in the 54 locker room lids machine locks up the tires, getting down into turn number 3. We'll work our way back across the stripe with just 10 to go. Just 10 to go, and this is one of the biggest leads we have seen your pole sitter have all night long. Dalton Tucker stepping it out to almost a 1 second advantage now. Clean and clear of everybody. James Watson also clear of the drivers around him. James Loveland, though, running in that 3rd position in the V-Speed 56, locking out your podium drivers. He's got fresh tires. Will it be enough? I mean, 84 lap fresher tires to be a matter of fact. And caution! Caution flag flies with less than 10 to go. Oh boy. Caution flag flies with less than 10 to go. Looks like the 77 of William Delman may have been involved in this one. Let's go check the replay. What do you say? Do we got that one queued up? We do. And let's go to the TRAK RACER replay. '77 Sim Racing Development driver with multiple troubles here tonight. Oh my gosh! The 57 goes around first, and Thomas Walter sideways on track, nowhere for Dunham to go, and T-bones him, and that's going to pretty much put an end and a damper on an already soggy bad day for both of those drivers. Well, back to the front of this field, under caution for the 22nd time here tonight with the Sim Box Store caution flag. Not needing his Sim Box here tonight. Dalton Tucker has not needed to come to pit road to make any changes. He hasn't even needed fuel. And if you had to ask me in pre-racer anytime throughout tonight's race, you heard me say it multiple times here, race fans, that there's no way he can make it 200 laps without coming to pit road. Well, he's about to. You know, I'm not even going to speculate anymore. Should we get another caution flag and end up in overtime? Race fans out there in TV land, remember 3 attempts at a green-white checkered should we need it. Now, I'm not even going to question if he's going to have enough fuel for those. The possibility of 3 green-white checkers. He's had enough fuel for 200 laps. What's another 5 or 6 more laps? I mean, you've already stretched it this far. Surely you can stretch it another 5 or 6 laps if you need to. And what we are hearing from race control is this will not be an official green-white checkered, but it's going to basically be one. We're going to have ourselves right about 3 laps to go when we drop the green flag to get things restarted here in the North Star Designs 200. Final few laps left on the scoring pylon. We'll revisit the dash for cash right now because your top 5 drivers, or I apologize, looks like we've got 1 driver inside of your top 5 that is already in that dash for cash standings. Patrick Hernandez in the 2 machine making his way into the dash for cash last week by walking away 3rd on the track at Daytona. The 4 drivers in front of him, Dalton Tucker, James Watson, James Loveland, and Cedric Hunter, all securing or hoping to secure a spot in the dash for cash by finishing inside of the top 5. And it looks like Dakota Moniz gonna take over that 5th position on the restart. Can the 5 find a way into the dash for cash? We're gonna have 2 to go this time by. Boss man in the flag stand gonna show him the popsicle sticks this time around. 24 brings the cars to the restart box, and here we go. Green flag flies with 2 to go. Through turn 1 and 2 clean, we stay green down the backstretch, back into turn number 3. Here comes that 13 of Cedric Hunter looking to the outside. Back to the start-finish line, and caution flag will fly right before we get to the start-finish line. We're going to overtime. Going to overtime here tonight from Martinsville Speedway. Caution flag flies right before the 24 of Tucker is able to cross the start-finish line and get the 1 to go signal. We will restack them, re-rack them, and rerun them for our first attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Dalton Tucker with a little bit of Magic Man problems here. Now you see him, now you don't. Disappearing act. He's going to have to get that straightened out before we go back green flag racing. But I want you to look. Look at the top 4 drivers on track here. No damage on that 24. No damage on the 13. You see the 39 clean as well. I believe a little bit of right side damage for James Loveland in his 56 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. I believe we've seen him caught up and involved in an earlier on-track incident. The right side actually looking pretty clean here. So maybe Loveland has a little bit of advantage. He'll restart in 4th. 84 lap 84 is when he was on to pit road last. But I'm worried about this man right here. If I'm at the front of this field, this is the guy I'm worried about. The 10 Toyota Camry. You can't tell it's a Camry. No front clip on that 10 machine. But he's got almost twice as fresh tires as anybody in front of him. Last to pit road on lap 157. The 10 of Thomas Green will start in 5th on the restart here with the fresh tires but no front clip. Will it be enough? Can he get himself to the front and grab that top spot away? Field will receive the 1 to go. This time by Dalton Tucker at the front of the field will show the way. Our good buddy, the boss man of the flag stand, gonna wave the 1 finger at him. The pace car light's gonna turn off, and we're set to go green flag racing. It's overtime here in Martinsville. Pace truck down and away. Your race leader at the bottom of the track. Does Tucker have what it takes to park it in victory lane? He's been dominant all night long. One more restart to go at least, and on the gas. Green flag flies here at Martinsville. 13 with a good run on the outside. Not able to put the power down. They'll stack up off of turn 2. Back down into turn number 3. Big run by the 39. He gets on the binders, runs up the track. That's going to open up the door to the inside. Now the 39 goes side by side with 1 to go. The KL Customs final lap here at Martinsville. The 39 of Watson trying to get it, not going to get there, and the 24 will walk away off of turn number 4. Checkered flag flies here at Martinsville, parking it in victory lane and getting punted a little bit after the fact. The 39 with some trouble, but let's not take away from what the man at the front of this field was able to do here tonight. Dalton Tucker grabbed the pole position in qualifying and he has absolutely dominated here tonight, leading almost 3/4 of the race here from Martinsville Speedway in the North Star Designs 200. And as he comes to a crawl on the front stretch, how much fuel does he have left to give the fans in the stands the smoke show? He's got enough. He's going to burn down the tires. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Get ready to head trackside for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. Race fans will be right back. And back trackside here from Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia, at the end of tonight's North Star Designs 200. Little bit of a barn burner of a race. It's short track racing on a Saturday night, so you know how some things go. It is what it is sometimes, in trouble for multiple drivers. But let's get on to some of these drivers that walked away in the final podium positions here tonight. What do you say we try to run down and grab a few quick words with the driver that walked away third here tonight inside of his 56 machine, James Loveland? It's David the Booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after, well, a little bit of a messy race, but a solid finish for you and your 56 crew?
Oh, it was really good. I did not expect coming out finishing this whole race, so I'll take a top three any day. But yeah, it's a solid run. Had a really smashed car at the end there. I don't even know how I was up running with those guys, but yeah, I'll definitely take a top three.
Now, also, James, with finishing inside of the top five, you lock yourself into the dash for cash. What's your thoughts on that, and how you feeling about number one, as we've already discussed, walking away with a podium finish after a pretty rough night, but also in the dash for cash, able to run after some real money here in a few weeks?
Yeah, that'll be exciting. I know my teammate Sean will also be in there because he won last week. So yeah, that'll be a pretty exciting race. I don't know which track it is, but I'll have to look at that. But yeah, it'll be really fun.
Absolutely. Well, James, congratulations on the great run here tonight from Martinsville Speedway and the North Star Designs 200. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, just a shout out to you guys for the broadcast. I'll have to go check it out. I've never seen you guys before, so that'll be exciting. And shout out to the league for letting us run. It's a solid night, and I look forward to. Well, I won't be here next week, but the week after.
All right, well, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium spot here tonight, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you before the end of this season.
Alrighty, thanks.
All right, there you go. Final few words from the driver inside of that 56 machine. James Loveland out of Niagara Falls, New York, brings it home in third and walks his way into a dash for cash spot. And on to the man that finished second here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the 39 of James Watson. It's Dave. How you feeling inside the car?
Oh, exhausted, worn out, pretty much all of the above. That was out of all the races I've been in, that was definitely one of them.
I hear you. Well, you guys gave the fans in the stands a lot of racing action to watch, a lot of racing action to discuss on the ride home as well. James, walking away second here tonight, you secure yourself into a dash for cash position. What's your thoughts moving forward to that dash for cash race in a handful of weeks?
To be 100% truthful, I'm not really expecting a whole much. Mile and a halves aren't really my thing. I'm a short track guy, so I had a feeling I was gonna run well this week, not as well as I ended up finishing, but yeah, I don't like the big tracks. Haven't figured them out yet, so I just kind of hope for a lot of luck next week, basically, if I'm gonna bring home the big bucks.
Well, I know there's going to be some fans in the stands rooting for you. Some fans in TV land are going to be rooting on that 39 as well. We had multiple people check in on the chat over there rooting you on. So you got some fans out there wishing you well. James, congratulations on your second place here tonight from the tough little paper clip here at Martinsville Speedway. Before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Oh yeah, I gotta thank everyone at Team Watson Racing. They're the wind beneath my wings that helps me push this team forward and to bring home the 1-2 for the team. That's huge. I gotta thank Chris Graham at the National Racing Network for always sticking with me. Martin Sports 906, they have amazing sim racing apparel, great sim racing gloves. Check them out at martinsports906.com. And ZAS Designs for putting together my really nice, really bright paint schemes.
It is a pretty bright paint scheme, but I'm not gonna hate, man. I kind of like them neonish colors, so easy to find you on the track. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, just look for the fluorescent car.
Oh yeah, they grow on you.
All right, well, James, again, congratulations on a great run here tonight, and we'll look forward to catching up with you possibly next week or a little bit later on throughout this season.
It's open.
All right, there you go. Final parting words for the driver inside of the 39 machine. Only driver besides your race winner to lead a handful of laps here tonight. The 39 of Watson walks away with second and walks away with a spot in the dash for cash as well. And that will move us right along to the man that absolutely was lights out here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up your race winner inside of his 24 machine. Dalton, how you feeling after parking it in Victory Lane?
I feel great after after that mess of a race. I thought I got screwed for a little bit with the lap car triggering the green flag early, and it's hard passing, but luckily we get back up there.
Well, Dalton, you walked away with the pole position here tonight. You walked away with the most laps led. You led about 3/4 of tonight's race. You also lock yourself into a dash for cash position. What feels the best to take away from the track here tonight? I mean, there's so many good things that happened to you and your 24 Exalted team. Can you nail down one of them, or are they all just as important?
I'd say they're all important. The biggest thing that I feel comfortable with is just it's really my first official race in the new car. I don't have too many laps. I've kind of messed around a little bit, but just feeling comfortable in it's the biggest thing. And I'm glad we had enough green flag laps that I could do that. But with that many cautions, it was just a mess.
Absolutely, man. Well, sometimes, short track racing, cautions breed cautions, and a large field at a short track like Martinsville, it can be problematic from time to time, but nonetheless, great racing action. Was there ever a thought in your mind to come to pit road? You were one of the very few drivers to stay out all race long, man. I didn't think you could do it, but did the thought ever come to your mind about possibly pitting for those tires?
Yeah, we thought about it mainly for fuel. We knew if we had another longer green flag run, like I think we had like a 20 or so lap run. If we had another one of those, it was going to be real iffy on fuel. But then, like you said, cautions breed cautions. And once we reached halfway, I was like, well, our bed's pretty much made now. We just need to ride it out. And tire fall off, really, it wasn't very existent.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was just thrown a loop that you guys were able to stretch the fuel. I know you had, the caution flags allow you to stretch the fuel. You had enough for a burnout. You had enough tires for a good burnout for the fans in the stands. So just all in all, a shocking race win, in my opinion, dominating the way that you did, able to keep it at the front, restart after restart. Job well done. And before we let you go and enjoy tonight's race-winning performance in that celebration, I'm going to go down here probably in just a handful of moments. Would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, I love yous, anything like that? Thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Definitely got to give a shout out to James for running a heck of a race. It's always good when you got a teammate first and second, and you can kind of set the front row and control the race. So that definitely helped a lot, and just good job by him. Appreciate you in the booth for doing this for people like my family back home to watch, and appreciate them for staying up. It's pretty late for them, so just appreciate them, and hopefully we'll see you next week, or I'm not sure if I'll be there for Easter, but if I do, I'll see you next week.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the phenomenal run here tonight from Martinsville Speedway, and we'll look to catch up with you a little bit later on throughout this year.
Thanks, man.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the driver inside of that 24 Liberty University Exalted TWR racing machine. The 24 of Dalton Tucker parks it in victory lane and pulls himself into a dash for cash qualifying position. Look out, race fans. The short track racing guru has emerged. Dalton Tucker takes the top spot here tonight, the North Star Designs 200. And as the fans in the stands begin to file out to the parking lot, sold out packed house here tonight from Martinsville Speedway in race number 2, season number 5 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. We're going to begin to turn off some of the lights and roll up some of these cords. But as you can hear those producers hitting those familiar buttons in the background, it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results here from Martinsville, Virginia. The North Star Designs 200, snatching the top spot in the race win, checkered flag in hand, belongs to the 24 of Dalton Tucker. James Watson will finish in second, with James Loveland rounding out your podium drivers here tonight. 13 of Cedric Hunter in fourth, with Ryan Bird finishing fifth. 6th tonight belongs to Dave Bush with Maurice Gamillion right there in 7th. Jesse Thornock will finish tonight's race in 8th with last week's race winner at Daytona, Sean the Huff Stutler. Finishing in 9th, Alex Light in 10th, Adam Westfield back in 11th, the 92 of Cody Reed sliding home in 12th. Gerald Duffin parks his 22 in 13th, with Martin Morales in the 91 machine coming home 14th and rounding out your top 15, the 41 of Rye Lewis. Gerald Talmadge falls through the field late in tonight's race. He will finish back in 16th. William Dunman right there in 17th. Giuseppe Higuera in 18th. 19th on the speedway here tonight from Martinsville Speedway in the North Star Designs 200. Patrick Hernandez in the 2 machine. Christopher Otto runs 20th. Norse back in 21st. Thomas Green walks away 22nd, 23rd tonight to Andrew DeFilippis, with Thomas Walter walking away 24th. 25th is Aaron Krellick. James Trammell, Gregory Shell back in 27th. 28th tonight to the 75 of Dylan Walterman. 29th from Martinsville belongs to Morris Bogan. Justin Sips right there in 30th. Mark Dingman in 34th. Tom Shinnick in 32nd. 33rd to Kyle Rochelle. Max Forner, Blake Howell, and Dakota Muniz round out your running order here tonight from Martinsville, Virginia. And we're going to begin to cut off the lights, as we said moments ago. If you haven't already, race fans, show these guys some love and appreciation as always. Join us in that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Big shout out to each and every one of the sponsors here with the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. Big shout out to TRAK RACER, Butt Kicker, Pump and Dump Clothing Company, as well as North Star Designs in the Simbox store for coming on board, riding with us in season number 5. Big shout out to each and every one of you. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.